Ladies and gentlemen, American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Let's have fun. Let's start off with this story. Joe Biden told a story about his Uncle Bozy. His Ambrose, I think he said, called him Uncle Bozy, who apparently was flying in a plane and crashed in New Guinea. And apparently, according to him, there were a lot of cannibals, and they never found Uncle Bozy. So they concluded that Uncle Bozy was actually eaten by cannibals. There's nothing to support this story whatsoever. And apparently he's done different versions of the story. But good old senile, demented Joe Biden, our shuffling, senile president, is now telling stories about his Uncle Bozy getting eaten. They ate the wrong Biden. That's all I got to say. All right, Brian Koberger, you know, the guy that's slain those 4 Idaho University students. You know what this guy did? His alibi now, he was out. Could have come up with a better one than this. He was out driving around, looking at the moon and the stars and killing 4 people. Unbelievable. This guy obviously doesn't have one friend that could give him a real alibi. Yeah, he was me. All right, Columbia president got grilled about the anti-Semitism on their woke liberal campus. Do you believe that there's no condemnation of this crap from Biden and company, like death to America in Michigan? Nothing. It's unbelievable. Middle class, the middle class stats keep coming out, are getting crucified. I mean, inflation on down, baby. Pulverized. We're wiping out our middle class. Barack, he's the guy responsible for everything relating to Iran. Look at him smiling. I'll send you some billions on a placard, you know. Yeah, we'll send it to you. Last day of my administration. We'll unfreeze those assets. Hey, by the way, man, I could crash the whole healthcare system with Obamacare, and I can still send you billions. Yeah, man. Look at me. I'm a cool black guy. President of the United States. It isn't enough that they're charging $18 for some freaking meal these days. They're not going to start charging you for the bag. China. House report reports that all of the fentanyl coming into this country is coming in through China, and China's responsible for it. You go back and check the videos. Over 5 years ago, I told you my buddy working the DEA, who was in charge of this out of Washington, D.C., was telling me, and I've been saying it ever since, that fentanyl is coming from China on purpose. So I'm 5 years ahead of the House report. I think this whole show is going so good, it might be a whole reel itself. Oh, that's called the show. Ukraine. Michael Johnson is dividing it up. Ukraine bill standalone, $60 billion. Israel bill, $26 billion. And they want to kick this guy out? Why? Articles of impeachment got shot down yesterday in the United States Senate. They said they were both unconstitutional, and they voted to adjourn. Trial over in a day. Over. Done. Mayorkas. But the Republicans were morons. Why didn't they impeach the president? I never get it. Donald Trump. Donald. You know I love you. You know I support you no matter what. You know now what he's wanting? He's wanting 5%. If you use Trump to raise money for your campaign, he wants 5% of it. Mr. President, if you endorse me, I'll raise a lot of money on that endorsement, and I'll give you half. If you endorse me, I'll give you half the money. You know what? Trump, I love the guy's policies. I support him no matter what. But when does the time come when something is done just because it's the right thing to do versus money? He ain't wired like that, is he? You know, endorse somebody because it's the right thing to do, not necessarily whether they're certain to win. And only loving the billionaires and people who are successful and making money. Why not love somebody who isn't successful but struggled like hell to try? You understand? Like all his comments, like, remember he said he liked soldiers that didn't die for their country. All right. Hezbollah commander, this guy right here, wiped out and killed by the Israelis. Good. Comer and Raskin went at it hard, baby. I wish Comer was more. Raskin's a political scoundrel. He's like a hitman for the mob. Comer's got too much Kentucky gentleman in him. But they went at it pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, check us out on ericdeters.com and all the platforms. And do not be a baldy, harpy hag. Shakespeare insult today is chosen by Jamie Spinley, who beat me in chess today.